You know, this year marks the 75th anniversary of America's first freeway, the Arroyo Seco Freeway connecting Los Angeles and Pasadena. It's time for California to again be a leader in terms of our transportation infrastructure. Last month, a study by the National Transportation Organization TRIP found that LA, Long Beach, Santa Ana urban area has the second worst roads in the nation, with the second highest cost to drivers of poor conditions, about $1,031 annually. California has 6 of the top 10 urban areas with the worst roads in that study. California cannot have a strong middle class or a thriving economy if our roads are congested and people and goods aren't moving efficiently. Our roads and transportation infrastructure clearly aren't in the shape they should be to keep people and goods moving. And that's why we're working closely with the state's local elected officials, some of them you see here today, and the business community to ensure that we can enact real solutions to the state's transportation problems in this special session of our legislature. Compounding our infrastructure problem is the fact that funding streams that could bring about improvements that we need are diminishing and drying up. So we have to move forward to the next generation of transportation funding. Now, transportation has traditionally been a bipartisan issue, and that's why in the special session I'm hopeful that we can set aside rigid ideology and consider serious proposals that provide new, fair funding streams that benefit all California communities. We've taken on tough issues in the recent past in a strong bipartisan way, from passing a real rainy day fund to passing an historic water bond to fixing the chronic underfunding of the teachers' retirement system. So with full engagement from Democrats and Republicans in the Assembly and the Senate, from our governor and his team, I think there's room for optimism today. But it's important for the public and the press and the business community to keep the pressure on. This issue affects every single one of us, from how much we pay to maintain and fix our cars, to how much personal time we lose sitting in traffic, that's 95 hours in Los Angeles, to how much our economy is losing every single day due to reduced productivity. It may wind up being a bumpy road to get the right solution in this session, but that's okay. The one thing we cannot afford to do is have it be a dead end. I want to thank you all for being here today to help ensure that the message is clear. California needs to fix our roads, and we need to do it now. Look at this coalition of business leaders, local officials, labor leaders, and transportation experts. They're where the rubber meets the road. They know what California needs, and their being here is a strong sign of how important it is that we make progress now.
Now, for anybody who's ever gone over a pothole, I have one message for you. Call Sacramento and support these efforts. For anybody who's ever been on a bike and broken their axle because of our roads, call Sacramento and support this effort. For anybody who's gotten in an accident because of the conditions of our streets, or who's been late to work because it takes time and it takes money, for anybody who's paid hundreds or even thousands of dollars of repairs, call Sacramento and join our coalition. This isn't about Republican, Democrat, rural, urban, north, south. This is about everybody who rides on a bike, on a bus, in their own car, and wants to see that Los Angeles and California gets the roads that we deserve.
We're very proud to be here today and taking the steps to improve our public infrastructure, to fix our roads, and to keep California moving.
The challenge before us is not a local problem or a regional problem, it's a statewide problem. No matter where you go, from Eureka to Fresno, from Fresno to LA, and from LA to San Diego, it is clear that our road infrastructure has reached its capacity decades ago. The current state of our road infrastructure impacts not just commerce, jobs, but it also costs residents thousands of dollars each year. And we can no longer afford to wait. The time to fix our roads is now. It is not fiscally responsible to continue ignoring this problem of road infrastructure deferred maintenance. Every year we delay in improving our road infrastructure, the price tag goes up, and we take dollars away from our schools, public safety, and local communities. If we do not act now, our current proposed investment of $100 billion into our road infrastructure will need to triple to $300 billion in just 10 years.
This is one of the most important issues, I think, for all Californians today. And I want to express my deep gratitude for the opportunity to shed some light specifically on Los Angeles County. Considering all the cities within LA County, there's an estimated $10 billion shortfall in transportation funding alone. Between the unincorporated areas and 15 contract cities, LA County oversees and maintains over 4,000 miles of roadway infrastructure. The current backlog on deferred maintenance for bridge repairs and replacements, bike and pedestrian improvements, pavement preservation, and traffic signal improvements in our unincorporated area is estimated at $1.4 billion. LA County, as you know, has been hit hard by the decreasing revenues from the gas tax. Similar to other governments, the gas tax, as you know, provides critical funding for operations and maintenance, capital improvement, safety enhancements, and technology upgrades. This coming fiscal year, the county is projected to receive $150 million in state gas tax revenue. But guess what? The bad news is that it's nearly $59 million less from what we received 2 years ago.
What's important about transportation funding is that it's also good for the economy and it's good for the environment. When it comes to the economy, the amount of jobs that will be created with this type of movement in the legislature is impressive. When you think about the economy in the ports, both the Port of Long Beach and the ports of Los Angeles move 40% of America's cargo up across the state. When you include the Port of Oakland, the Port of San Diego, this is incredible economic activity up and down California and across the country. Our roads leading in and out of our ports, our bridges, the infrastructure need support, and they need investment to continue moving America's cargo. In addition, when you think about the environment and livability, today's roads are more environmentally friendly. They consider climate change. We're building complete streets throughout Los Angeles County and the state of California. And so an investment in infrastructure is also an investment in the economic development of our state, as well as an investment in livability and the environment.